Mendy, I just explained how all of this worked, and then Mendy broke it again. So we don't get our nice little intro with the episode, but thank you everyone for joining us. It is episode 11 of By the Run Book with Connor and Mendy. And we're going to be going through 2.202, finishing up 2.202, and working into 2.204. So without further ado, I will bring back Connor and Mendy, whose faces you probably saw briefly, but here they are again. Wonderful people. Hey guys.
Hey.
Anything else we should bring up?
To be here. Just get rid of Mendy. He just keeps breaking it.
As a reminder for everybody on our show right now, drop your questions or comments. I'll try to make sure that we're putting the features that we're going over, those IDs, in the chat or on screen so you can follow along. But drop questions. If you've got real life like problems that you're dealing with, let the guys know. They love doing things on the fly. Connor was just talking about that, about how he's had such a zen day. And, you know, we need to probably knock that one out of the park for him. Anyway, so as a reminder, we are picking back at 2.202. The last thing that we talked about last week was, sorry, I don't read very fast. 828.287. So we talked about the added the option to use chat, read, delegate permission instead of the chat, read all, and then you guys pick up from there. All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you very much. I don't know what we'd do if I wasn't here. We'd both just be sat here like, where did we get to? What version was it?
Yeah, and also we'd be breaking the video, clearly, because the video is broken again.
I think we're good now. Oh, no, you're looking at what screen are we looking at? Is that your screen or my screen?
Mine, I think.
Yeah, we're looking at yours. We know what we're doing. We're professionals here, everyone. Good day, welcome. Hope you're all feeling beautiful today. So 2.202. What are we finishing off with, Mendy? We've got what, 7 things to go through?
In case you were already not feeling gaslit by Halo, we now grant admins the ability to redact audit logs, so we can actually like hide things to really make people feel like Halo's not telling them the wrong thing. That's a new feature in here.
Redact the record. Why?
I knew this would trigger you. It's great.
Yeah,
great feature. I use this all the time. I purposely like leave like hidden trails just to like confuse people. No, I don't do this. I don't think I've ever turned this on or even looked at how to even do this. But
I need to validate what that's actually doing. I hope that's just nulling the database record. It's going to null the database record, isn't it?
As opposed to like letting them change like actual details what the log says.
I mean, are we just hiding it so it's always there? We just like completely nulling it.
Double-clicking the record in analog will allow the option to redact the record and additional record. So it'll first of all it'll log the fact that you've redacted it. So I'm like I'm not serious. It's not really
fine. And then we can make a new one, or show redaction has taken place. Okay.
I guess the idea would be like if there's because the audit log tracks everything or should track everything that happens. It's like if there's sensitive data in the log that needs to be cleared out, right? Like this would be a way that you can redact it. So it's probably a good thing really for compliance purposes. Somebody accidentally puts a password in an action or something like that.
If you've got to go manually redacting logs, you've had a miserable day. That's all I can say on that one. But as we always say, if you need it, it's here. There we go.
But if you can do it manually, you can do it automatically too. So we can probably API the redaction.
Let's not get involved with that. We all know where that is.
Like we can do like a run book once a month that goes back to any tickets older than 6 months and just redact all the audit logs just automatically. That'd be kind of cool. As like a compliance policy, as like a data retention policy. Anyways, let's move on. This is
gonna make me sad. Added advanced settings per ticket type to disable the problem resolution finder for agents and users.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I just globally turn that off.
But do you use it much? If you had more control over it, then it would be better, right? Like you don't want it popping up when you're doing like an admin ticket or a maintenance ticket or whatever, right? Just because it detected something similar.
What I'm going to check is, I'll be honest, I don't think I've even tried it in a couple of years because it just didn't used to work. Is it more viable now? They've got some of the AI stuff in Halo. Are they doing much love with?
I don't know. We've got like, look, if we do incidents and then test or something like that. There we go. Look at that. It's not horrible. Like, we do keep it on. There's articles here. There's other tickets that it can go with. If you do have AI properly, I watched your video the other night, Connor, with the AI terminology. So I'm going to throw one of those terms at you. If you have the vector embedding done correctly, right, and AI is like grabbing the details, the context of the ticket, and storing it, right? Then it does the matching, and if it matches properly, then yeah, it works. But it's just a matter of like, how do you really test that? It's not like we can do. It's not like we run a SQL query to like do vector comparison between two tickets, to identify like, oh, is this really super matched?
It's semantic search as well now, right? That's the real key to this. Like, embeddings are one thing, but it's the semantic search of embeddings that makes it even more viable. And testing that it's a bit like AI triage, right? We build that quite a bit now. It's how do we qualify the output? Well, we make it very manual, human in the loop. You've actually got to approve the triage. It sets all the things for you, but then it's are you sure this is right data? So yeah, I don't know. We have more control. Maybe there's some viability with it now. Play with it. We'll probably play with it again soon and see what it's like. But yeah, the fact we can disable it not popping up everywhere or enable it not popping up everywhere makes it.
You weren't seeing my screen. So
yeah, there we go.
Okay, so this setting they added per ticket type. Let's see, where would it be? So if we go to like service request, for example, and go to settings, I'm assuming there's gonna be like a resolution finder.
Oh, there we go.
I guess that's this one here.
Yeah, it must be.
That's interesting. It works for users too. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Let's just put finder back in here. Okay, so let's say we do no and no, right? And save this. And then we go back to this tab again. And so let's just jump over to incident. So incident should just give us the same, thing, basically. And we can close it out real quick and then see if we can get it to come back again, right? But if we close this out and flip over to like service request and then test, it's gone. If we flip over to incident, for example, and then test, it's there. So you can control that per ticket type now, so it's kind of cool. There will definitely be certain ticket types that you don't want to see that popping up. It's going to get annoying, and that's why people turn it off globally. Like maybe now that you can do it per ticket type, you leave it on. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Maybe
I grew to hate it. Maybe I'll grow to love it now. Who knows? But test of time. We've got 4 more left. What we got? Added the ability to use custom filter profiles on the self-service portal. Is this? What does this mean? Oh, okay.
Can now appear on the portal. That is interesting.
This is really useful. This might have been me actually moaning like Billy O. One of the problems you've got is by default, when you look at tickets, it will show you on the portal open tickets, right?
Well,
we had a problem where we want to show clients all of the tasks we've done for them. And we had to do a custom URL, which was a custom link, which says, here's all your tasks. Click this custom link and you can inject in the URL if you didn't know the column profile or filter profile. And the problem is that when you click that button, it opened a new tab and I was like, it kind of works, but it's horrible user experience. The fact we can now enable filter profiles, is it per ticket list?
It's per
ticket list.
Profile.
Yeah, I like that. So you could do all tickets then. You could view all tickets for tasks, for instance, which, yeah, I like that. That actually, I might actually go back and fix that. Make a note of this. This helps me internally.
Turn these on as an example, right? We can set this up as well. Right. So these aren't column profiles, though. That's a little bit different. Column profiles will be better because that'll give us the ability to like show specific data of the ticket on the column, right? It's just a filter profile, like quick change what's visible from the list of tickets. So we can like create a projects view or whatever that's just available on the filter on the self-service portal. But what I would love to see, Connor, as an addition to this feature, is the ability to make this filter profile only visible on the self-service portal and not on the agent portal.
Can you not access control it so agents can't see it?
I don't know, honestly. We'd have to try that out. Like, I can see all these that are visible, and so if we go to, let's make a new one, test portal view or whatever filter, and here we'll say take all your show on self-service portal. We're just gonna add, like, I don't know, status.
I've just realized that the by the run book is over my eyes, and if I position myself correctly, I can have like by the run book glasses.
Closed with user update, closed without user update. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this real quick. And so you're saying if we use access control, we can say, well, if no agents, I mean, admins are always going to see it though, right?
Yeah, admins will.
And so if I now go to my service desk area, let's go to service desk here, and I refresh this page. So I don't see it here, which is good. But the question is, if I go into user,
will the user see it?
Users are separate. Users are over here. I broke it up for some reason. Don't ask why. That guy's disabled, so we can't do that. Let's go to this guy and impersonate the user.
Good old Ben Castle, true legend.
Ugh. I don't know what my standby. 1 second. Let me pull up another. Let's do this.
Well, while Mendy does that for 30 seconds, I will move down super quick down here. So the next one we'll chat about is the added subscriptions and software licenses to the SQL import integration. Why have I picked something hard that I've now got to read and digest?
That sounds useful, actually. But before we do that, let me just jump back to this, because we're in here, right? So we go to my requests, and there should be test portal filter. Look at that. So yeah, that does work. You can do access control. Good call out. To basically hide it from the agents, but make it available to the user, essentially.
What time should be alive?
We can have like different, like we can hide all these basically, and only build out like portal specific filters if we wanted to.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Sweet. Happy days. I've processed what this one is now. Basically means you can import subscriptions and software licenses.
Cool. Is that awesome?
Well, if you need it. I never needed
it.
Well,
so it would be like if you had Halo Integrator running somewhere that had access to a database, right? Because that's how it runs. Like the Halo Integrator would connect to the local database, and then you would run a query to pull license counts or subscriptions off of that database, and then that could be imported into Halo to update that client. So we would need like a third-party software license reference that is unique per row. We need a column indicating whether the row is importing a license or subscription. So that would be like the type, the L type, right, in the table.
1 or 0, yeah. And this, it wants the value, license or subscription. Okay, fair.
And then a customer reference, which has to match either the customer name or the Halo customer ID. So you'd have to store the Halo customer ID within your database, or your name has to be an exact match, which is not always the best way of doing it. And then a name for the software license, which makes sense. You can also configure that optional site matching to link these records to sites. That's cool. And there are additional field mappings available for the auto renew field mapping. That's not helpful. I don't know what that means. But the auto renew field mapping, you have to return either 1 or 0 for yes or no, or yes or no. 1 to 2. Right? I think it's a useful feature for those to still use, like, I don't know,
some dinosaur software.
Well, like let's say like a self-hosted RMM, for example, that would collect all your software potentially. You can use that. I don't know. That's like I'm stretching to try to get like useful.
If you need it, the old classic. If you need it, there you go.
There you
go.
What I would rather see, by the way, and you tell me what you think about this. I would rather see the ability to import from a spreadsheet the licenses and license counts from a spreadsheet.
Can you not do that?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. We built a custom tool. The first app I'd ever built like 3 years ago was to handle that problem, and then realized it was too niche and we gave up after spending some money on it. But I thought then they released that. I don't know. If Rob's listening, he'll validate, but I'm assuming not.
I think so, like what we did is we created a report that you can export to Excel and update the numbers on, and we can import back in so you can do manual license tracking.
That's what we did for CSV.
We had asked for the ability to like take that spreadsheet and import it back in. But I don't know of anywhere, because there's no like global licensing area that we can utilize to import licensing.
Yeah.
You know? So and you can't do it under the customer license table. So well, ideally, what I wanted to do is have like an email rule that would grab the spreadsheet and run the import, like we do with users and assets and stuff like that. You can do that. That's what I would like to see, maybe as a next step off of this feature. But if you tell me that already exists and I just don't know about it, then A, that's surprising, and B,
yeah, I'll think about it afterwards. I swear there was, because we started building this and then I swear it ended up. I can't remember. It's so long ago. We've not needed it since, weirdly. But it's one of them. The next one, by the way, is fantastic, and I've been banging on about this for years. I feel like cost tracking was never viable before. It was kinda, to give you kind of like, you know, finger in the air. This is kind of making profit. Whereas now, amazing. So basically what they've added now is agent cost history tracking. So what used to happen is you have a U cost per agent, which was the cost. And then you would say Connor cost, I don't know, £3,000 an hour. So 10 hours of Connor is £30,000. And then you would look at how long he spends on tickets and then work out the, you know, profitability of your service. The problem with it is if Connor got a promotion and you changed his agent cost per hour to, I don't know, £20, call it a demotion, then all the historical data would then also be incorrect. The solution was to never promote your staff. If I'm being honest, that was the hilarious answer I used to give. We had to build custom tables at some point to handle this properly at the agent level, whereas now, as Mendy's showing, in config advanced, where are we here? Teams and agents?
Nope, just configuration advanced. And then there's enable agent cost history tracking.
Sweet.
And
so
once
enable
you turn that on, we go back to teams and agents and go into the agent, and then we should have a table here where we can show the start date, the end date, and the cost at that time. Now, apparently, turning that on will eliminate the existing cost value.
I think we all know it's still stored in the database somewhere, Mendy, as you cost.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is fantastic though. I've not actually written any reports around this yet. But
I'm sure it's a different table completely.
I think it is. I think
we're gonna, it's gonna have to track the time, right? So we'll have to now
I may have already put it in L, because when I saw it, I was chatting with Halo, but I need to validate that. Someone's gonna call me out for this now. But yeah, this is fantastic. Like, it actually solves the problem massively.
You name cost tracking is
yeah,
gonna be
that's
what it
it.
is,
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna be in there.
That's for sure what it is, and it's gonna be blank on mine right now. Is it? Yeah, it's blank. And if I were to put something in real quick, teams and agents, we'll just put back our $20 an hour cost here. Add as of the beginning of the year, whatever, first. No end date, we'll set this to 20. Save that. And we can just do a future increase, like we know it's going to happen potentially. So we can say we can account for that automatically to be like, as of next year, 2026, January, our cost is going to go up to $22 an hour. Save that. So we should see this here. End date is, it automatically puts the end date based off the last start date. That's cool.
Nice, like it.
At least it's a nice UI change from what we normally see when we do stuff like that.
I'm impressed by this so far, which is, it's rare you find a new feature where I'm impressed at it. But that's good. That it does say currency though. Where do you define the currency?
That is a great question. I'm defining currency under the agent. I have a custom field, but I don't know if they have something.
That's right at the agent level now for currency. It has to be.
Is there? I don't. Maybe it's
the new agent cost table enables tracking cost over time, including field for start, end date, cost, and optional currency.
Oh, okay. It's because of the I don't have multi.
Oh, you're gonna need multi-currency enabled. Yeah.
Let's go turn that on real quick. If I can find out where that is.
Currency. It's its own tab, I believe.
All right, there it is. I was like, why can't I find it?
These menus have been stressing me out this week. I've only just got a lot of our partners who got on this build, and I'm getting so lost again in like, where is it?
Yeah. So right now, by default, it's British pound. We can edit this and change this back to the correct.
The only real currency, is that what you're saying? That's why you demo with it.
No. Out of the box, that's why can't I type? Because I'm silly. All right, and then we can add like another currency if we want to. I don't know the symbol. I'm just gonna do some symbol. It's gonna be wrong. Okay.
I was about to be really dense and be like, it's Shift 3, Mendy, but your keyboard won't have the pound sign on 3.
It will not have the pound sign.
So I'm pleased my brain stopped me for once. It usually does stupid things, and I'm like, why did I just say that? Obviously, it's not going to have that key.
Or whatever. Now these will update automatically based off the currency code, which is why we have the code. So every night, I think it runs, and the currency will update.
Yeah, it's once a day using the API. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can go now to the agents and go to the agent cost tracking and set this to become probably a different currency. Look at that.
Look at that. Dynamic.
That is pretty cool. That is really
I'm
awesome.
impressed.
I like that.
I don't know who's made this, but I'm impressed. I'll send them a cake.
See if it actually works.
Is it setting it?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it.
You don't view it as a row.
It didn't look like it.
So close. Have you got to log in and out? Maybe benefit of the doubt. You've just enabled a new thing. Maybe.
No, it is.
We won't do it live.
You're saying like the actual table. You want to see the table displayed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to be there, is it? It's close. They tried.
There.
So close yet so far. It's not a big
okay. So let's go back to the report, and now that we have the two currencies set for two different things, we should be able to.
I wonder if they handle null constraints. I wonder if they backdate everyone's currency with
1 and 2.
Did you set that for both of the? Oh no, there will be blank as well. Okay, that's going to be annoying to write SQL for.
What do you mean?
Default currency or a change is what you'll have to do.
It's 0.
Yeah. Okay.
0
so it'll be default. Okay, fine.
Yeah. And then 1, 2 is the specific currency at that point.
Oh, that work. Easy. Nice. Love it. So yeah, if you are, I would recommend
pretty good implementation of that.
Everybody who uses Halo, go and set that up now. If you want to start getting any profitability from your company, you need this set up. So go enable that new agent cost tracking. It's a game changer, and yeah, just do it. There we go. Simple. Last one of 2.202. I don't know what OpenSearch is. Do you?
It's a vector search database option. What do you mean?
Fantastic.
Maybe some kind of AI search tool. I mean, just going off context.
Find the meaning in your data. Hey, my app finds me. It doesn't. He just writes SQL. Cool. I don't know what this is. I'm going to
open source enterprise grade search. That's pretty cool.
You just dashboarding as well.
What is pricing like? You know,
I'm going to lose all my life to it. I'm going to lose my life.
Downloads. Nice.
Okay.
This looks cool.
Yep.
I think I found my project for the weekend.
I'm setting up Proxmox this weekend, so maybe I will get myself an open search server as well. Yeah, cool. Data. I love data. I'm a nerd for data.
Database user, not an IAM/ARN user. I'm just going to assume that I'll know what those means once I'm done with my project.
It's quite clearly an IAM/ARN user. Simple. I love this. Is what I love about this space, right? Is you go into these projects like knowing nothing and coming out like so much broader. Not like you wanted to learn it, but you like are forced to learn these things all the time. Like this hasn't benefited me in the past 30 years of my life, but now I'm going to be like, obviously you need an IAM/ARN user, Mendy, and just with pure convection in the future. So yeah, if you want to start getting meaningful data behind, damn it, I think I've messed up the slogan. If you want to find the meaning in your data, go set up the OpenSearch thing.
Oh, somebody commented they've used it for log analytics. So that's cool.
Oh, okay. Curious. Log analytics. Maybe I could throw Keeper at it. It's not a seam though, is it? Oh, I don't know.
We will find out.
We'll find out.
Next.
Oh, I'm being hidden again by my own name. Look at this. I like this. This is a good fun game. This chat. Why is my name so long? It's not. moving on. So 2.204, a whole new version.
This is one of the most like awaited features and functionalities in the like current day and age. The Halo MCP server. What are your thoughts on that, Connor?
I'm going to be biased because I have a team of nerds. So we wrote an MCP about 2 years ago internally and never use it, really. The point of an MCP, for most people who don't know it, is you're basically giving AI access to the API documentation is an easy way to think about it. So you're letting AI do things against your system using the API layer, basically, I think is the easiest way to explain it. The good thing is it does it with context. So it can create tickets, it can edit tickets. Robbie actually met with Morgan and the team before this was released and had a good chat about it, which I'm not sure if he influenced it at all, but is really helpful. They can be really dangerous, but Halo actually implemented it in a really nice way. If you just scroll down a little bit for me, Mendy, please, that white screenshot. It shows you down there. It's hard to see it on the screen, but this is what it can do for you. So if you do set up the MCP server, you've got to include all the system tools, and these are all the things it can do. The problem is with this MCP implementation, as far as I understand, is you can't permanently auth to it. I think you've got to set it up. You can now, can you?
It's in the later feature release where they've added the ability to do like a single API token, like an actual
token for it. Fine. Yeah. Is that in stable? Do you know if that's before 2.208 or is it after that?
I'm pretty sure it's in stable. You'll have to check your instance because I'm but I'm pretty sure
checking when release notes. MCP bearer. But yeah, so the idea is you can throw it at your AI and it can start doing things for you. Something I do know, I don't think it's secret information. If it is, who cares? Not told me. Halo currently has a live chat feature internally where you can basically ask it questions about your Halo. Uses OpenAI with a really old model. I was chatting with Morgan about this the other day. They're actually going to change that this month, apparently. I don't know if it's when it's coming or not, and actually use the MCP. So they're going to be upgrading this chatbot to use MCP. The amazing thing about this is you'll get way better results from it, but also it can do things for you now. So rather than it just being a chatbot searching data using, I mean, it's quite an old model. This is, I think GPT-4 is this actually. That was my problem with it. I needed to update it, but you can't. But then moving this to MCP, which will give you, it'll actually make it really good, honestly. I'm quite excited for it. I've got an internal task to build it for a client and I'm sort of sat on the bench. I'm like, well, if Halo do it, I'm not going to beat really what they do with an MCP server. So yeah, access Ps aren't in 2.208. Okay. So if you do want to set up MCP, basically you'll have to authenticate after every hour, I believe. In the later builds, I'm sure someone from my team will probably let us know when it comes out. 103.2. 103.
What version is it in?
I'm validating now.
It came from Robbie, so
2.212.
Okay.
So next stable. Yeah.
So
that'll be
at some point on our videos.
Yeah. Just an FYI in that, by the way, I've ruined Robbie's weekend this morning. We had an internal chat about some things, and I've strongly suggested to Robbie, if he loves the community, that he should add some features to his Remy.release notes where you can flag certain things, and then when they come available, we will notify you. I'm not saying he won't do it or will do it. I'm pretty sure he will do it because it's a sick idea. So yeah, stuff like this we are trying to get on top of as well, because those are things that we identify on these calls. I'm like, it'd be really good if I knew about that when it came. So yeah, we'll see. There we go. Robbie will now be feeling the pressure of that one, which was the whole point. So yeah, MCP has come out. What are your thoughts, Mendy? Yay, nay?
I'm just still very hesitant to give AI access to tools that it can do stuff by itself. You know, like giving it access to data is one thing. I think AI is really good at making, logical decisions within the context that it's given, as long as it has proper guardrails. I'm like, a lot of people be like, well, we just need proper guardrails, right? But like, I'm hesitant to actually believe that AI will follow those guardrails every time still. And you're never going to really know when it does or doesn't happen. So I'm all for like correlating data. I'm all for pattern matching and surfacing data and research and stuff like that. but giving it access to like make a ticket or to run an API call to do an automation by itself is still very scary for me.
I'm in the same boat. It's why we don't use it, I think, is the thing.
Yeah.
The whole AI series, right? We spend an inordinate amount of time with AI, and I don't know how to give strict guardrails. Elegant Insights is a great example. There are some really strict tier 1 classic, like you must, and it will often not do it. Like I've lost my mind over it many times. And it's not that it goes against it. It just doesn't understand within the context of what it is doing that it needs to follow it. That's the reality of it, right?
Well, I think it depends if you believe AI is malicious or not, like at core. It's like sometimes
we've been through this before. I'm named after John O'Connor from Terminator, Mendy. So I know Skynet is coming for me.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, MCP, love it or hate it, it's out now.
You can't use it consistently yet, but if you're on beta, then feel free to set up an API key. Maliciousness and ineptitude often have the same outcome. This is true. All right, moving on. Next, we have some improvements to the Dynamic Business Central integration. If you use Dynamic Business Central as your accounting package, great. If you don't, we'll move on. Anergy, that's a probably more popular integration. You now create multiple tenants when using the Anergy integration. Right? Each tenant is designated by the organization ID field on the setup screen. Your existing configuration will be automatically migrated as the default tenant. Well, that's good. Unlike the agent cost, it'll actually migrate your settings to the new setup. Anergy API v2 is now available, which includes security improvements and webhook alerting. That's awesome. It's authenticated using an API which can be generated in the Anergy's integration page. Pretty straightforward. Not much difference there.
Just on that one, I'm a little bit stressed by that.
Okay.
So Geocom brought a new API out, and that didn't backdate any data. So if you re-enabled the V2 Geocom integration, it would duplicate all your subscriptions. It does say existing config will automatically be migrated as a default tenant. So I'm hoping that Anergy has this will keep working. What I would say is if you are enabling this, just import a couple of assets, make sure you're not duplicating or overwriting, just make sure it is tracking your assets correctly. I know in the past there's been huge problems when a new API comes out. Halo tracks one ID, which isn't available anymore, so you end up duplicating everything, and it's a right nightmare. So if you do have Geocom, by the way, and you think of moving to V2, be really careful with that. But they say they migrate it, so
because the integration asset sync matches on the integration ID first, right? Like the ID from the integration first. If that changes, does it fall back to use the serial number or whatever the asset matching field is, or does it just make a new one?
I don't know. I'd imagine it'd make a new one, but who knows?
I would hope
we'll find out.
A serial number, because like whatever. Either way,
it says
let us know what you see.
Yeah, they have said automatically migrated as default tenant, which makes me feel a bit warmer.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
It's going to be up to the Anergy's API v2 providing a different ID number to the previous ID or something like that. Yeah. All right. Well, moving on.
Use it with caution is our words of wisdom there.
Settings been added configuration advanced search that can be used to disable asynchronous search for the search screen and search bar. What does that mean?
Disable asynchronous search. What?
Exactly.
Google. Switching from running them asynchronously to synchronously being within sequence. But why would
you want that?
Why would you want to change that?
I don't know. I can't.
Why is it a setting?
I had to like re-look up asynchronous versus synchronous just to make sure
that's what I just googled as well. That's what I googled. Like, what's the difference here?
Is this telling me what I think it's telling me? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to do this?
Don't know. I wish they would give some context. Like, here's why you might want to enable this, or if you're seeing problems with a thing, go and enable it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to flag that as a question to Halo after the call. I'll CC you in, Mendy, and try and understand why in an aid of learning. Right, moving on before my head falls off.
Sure.
When mapping category using custom tags, it is now possible to specify the category record by its ID or replacing the character caret with, I don't know what you call that, squiggly line
See,
in the
this
essential
whole thing
configuration.
just gets thrown out the window with the last 3 words.
Yeah. In the essential integration. Maybe
Like,
that's why
it should have just started with that. So we have like the idea of what it was talking about, right?
You can now specify the yeah. I don't think I care. I don't know there's a problem. Is that a problem?
That is also not a hyphen. It's a tilde. Look at that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Tilde. I said squiggly line. Same thing.
Okay. I was seeing it as a hyphen.
Yeah. No, squiggly line. If you don't want, if you didn't like a caret or whatever, it's not even a caret, is it? It's a, I don't know, whatever the crap that is. You can have a squiggly line instead. There we go.
Line. Tilde.
Professionals. Tilde. If you're a professional, I'm an amateur. Squiggly line. Let's move on because I don't know what it means.
Changes to allow actions to be translated into the user's language before setting at action level. What? Oh, before sending. So this will basically
using AI. Must be.
Whether the toggle shows on the new action screen. Default toggle translate. This will determine the default value of the translation toggle on the new action screen. So there's just another setting has been added into the actions here. Let's go to configuration.
It must be AI though, right?
I don't know. Like there's an AI translation, right? There's a translator built in. Like it may be using this, as opposed to like the actual like a regular OpenAI LLM or whatever, right?
We found most AIs are phenomenal at language translation.
Yeah, I actually built a runbook. So like we had a client who gets emails all the time from like a Spanish-speaking customer. So that's their market, but most of the people don't speak Spanish. And so we basically like have AI read the email and then copy the email, including all formatting, images, and everything like that, into a new note that gets translated if a translation is required. So if most tickets come through, there's nothing there. But if it's a Spanish email or something like that, it gets rewritten as a new action on the ticket by AI in English, and it's pretty good. It works pretty well.
I'm a child. I'm just like, that's a great April Fool's joke for someone. Just like add something silly into the translation for an agent. That could be great fun. Why does everyone keep calling me Bunny? Like what?
I think the AI translator has to be on in order for the action to show up. That's what I want to check because now there's 3. There we go.
Okay.
So it wasn't there before. So it's definitely using the Azure AI.
It makes sense.
Azure Translate AI feature. Yep. Cool. Nice little feature there.
I like that.
Data custom function available to virtual agents and the MCP endpoint. So this just allows you to like run SQL as a chat and MCP. I don't know if you can run arbitrary SQL or if you have to specifically get a report. Yeah, you have to pick the report.
Fine.
So you can build a function to pull data in from the report and then like give that access to the AI to do stuff.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
A setting has been added to the configuration billing labor to allow sales opportunities to be invoiced. Is this a you job?
This is the checkbox that you didn't know existed because you had never considered the idea that opportunities couldn't be billed. Remember we had this conversation in chat.
Well, my Halo's broken. You was like, you can't see the billing tab. Like, I literally can. It's in my. You're like, your Halo's broken. I'm like, it turns out it is.
Because it has to be on in order for it to be showing. Like the tab doesn't show up. But yeah, this is that setting that you pointed me to. I'm like, what? It doesn't exist yet. You're like, it's right there. I'm like, okay, cool.
I basically we had the scenario was we had a client. I mean, we actually refactored it, but the idea is they have certain opportunities where they bill for the kind of like scoping of it, and they wanted to like bill for that. We've actually changed the whole method because it made me feel a little bit gross. For me, opportunities should be siloed and not invoiceable, really. But anyway, but the idea is now is you can actually invoice for opportunities. Now, what's really curious is this the first time in? No, we're just saying it's billable or not. Well, actually, no.
Well, if I go to that setting, where was that setting actually? It was under
configuration, billing, and labor.
Labor and travel?
Yeah. Allow sales opportunities to be invoiced.
There
we go. Above travel settings, be up. You want it there. Oh.
Am I blind?
Down. Yeah, you are a little bit. Above travel settings, there we go.
Allow time on sales hours to do invoice. Okay, that's interesting. Because I can still see the. I thought it was on already, but if I go here and look at my opportunities, I actually do see the billing tab, which you're not supposed to on an opportunity, unless the opportunity type is just. Hold on 1 second. Is this no? It is an opportunity. Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. There's another setting they added, and I don't know if that's on either or where they added it.
See this, yeah.
Let's go to opportunities or sales general settings. I think it's under, and see. No, there's nothing checked, so it wouldn't be anything turned on here either. That's really odd.
2 things just for the audience. Mendy got added a feature so you can enable or show the billing tab for opportunities. This is what we're talking about now. What we're talking about now is you can enable this setting so you can invoice for time you spend on opportunities, basically.
Yeah.
The only thing is, though, can you add? How would that work with billing plan combinations? I suppose you just build them accordingly, wouldn't you?
You would just follow the billing plan once it's a client.
Yeah.
Right.
Never needed it until the other day, and then we worked around it. But if you need it, there you go. Version, what's that? 100.2257.
I'm gonna take a page out of your book, and I'm just gonna move on before my head falls off.
Yeah, sometimes easy.
Back to that later.
A setting has been added to the IT Glue integration so that the location changes in Halo can update the location of configurations in IT Glue.
Oh,
I think that's it does what it says on the tin.
It's got to be on the asset, right? So when you change the asset's location, it changes the location of the configuration or flexible asset in IT Glue.
Yeah, configurations being assets, aren't they? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That's cool. That
can be disabled, so they do not show on the list. That's another new win for the lookup table. Right?
Yeah.
Versus on the lookup table, so we can turn off some of those things so they don't show up. Make them inactive. It's just a simple checkbox. It's now possible to add the prepaid time allocated to an action. What does that mean?
Well, prepay used to be grayed out on the. If you look at an action, the billing tab, you couldn't edit it. It was read only. I don't know why.
This is bad.
I don't know why you'd want to do this, because then your time, your action time versus your prepay time is then different.
Yeah, if you're doing this, you're doing something wrong.
That's my mindset as well.
Yeah. The billing logic should be working correctly to automatically define what's prepay and what's contract and what's billable. Like, you shouldn't be doing that manually. And if you're putting that on your technicians entering time, you're doing something wrong. And this, by the way, this change, as part of this, we have also added 2 more changes that were required. This is something that happened automatically, that if any time entry so this came out, there was a bug when this happened. If you edited any action, it would automatically lock that action from being recalculated. Yeah, which caused a significant problem, because if there wasn't change to contract whatever, and you go to recalculate, it would show up wrong. If you're doing reporting that would be based off of the specific time that was being allocated to a certain area, then it wouldn't recalculate. Especially also, like, if you go change your core hours, like, it broke grounding. So like, it was literally breaking everything. They eventually fixed that to only disable the recalculation in the event you changed a time field, so that way the rest of the action is safe. But even in that regard, like, you still don't want that happening. Like, you're probably doing something wrong if you have to have that. There is a setting they've added in advanced settings now that you have to go and turn on to prevent this from doing this. So if we go to configuration, I think it's under billing, labor, and travel. There's a automatically lock actions from recalculation, mainly editing the billing time allocation, right? So we want to uncheck this. Out of the box, this is going to be checked off for you guys. They had it by default, then they added the feature to be able to flag it on or off. So I recommend turning this off, because your technicians making changes to their time shouldn't break rounding, right? They have no idea what the rounding should be or how the recalculation should work. They shouldn't have a say in locking that time entry. And we should be relying on the billing logic, the billing template, and the rules to identify the rounding on a charge rate, and then also the allocation of prepay, contract, or billed. So if we have this on, that gets broken by the technician changing their core hours or something like that. If they go back to edit it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I hate editing time after the fact in Halo. I just say edit the time you spent on the action. Everything that should flow through, right? Is what we're basically saying here.
Exactly.
If you're going into the billing
record your
tab
actions in real time and don't worry about the time tracking. That's it.
If you're going into the billing tab of an action and you're messing with that at that stage, there you get you.
Yeah.
Ask why. So yeah, cool, nice. Well, it's good. The control's better, right? You never know what circumstance we run into, so I really like it. Cool. We're on to next then. 100, 1,000, 311. Multiple improvements made to the expense review process. Is this functional now? I know they've added quite a bit to it. Is expenses now
added
viable?
so much to it. It's not quite fully finished, but it is significantly better than where it was. And there's also additional features they've added after. So even in current beta, there's going to be new stuff, I think. Yeah, so like these these updates they're talking about is adding additional columns to the review list. We can are now filterable using the table header row, not now filterable. And it's also possible to bulk update. So if we go to the invoicing section, and you'll see expenses, if it's enabled. I guess it's not enabled here. Let's turn that on real quick. We'll go to configuration. We'll go to billing, go to expenses, and we turn on expense reviews. Well, number one is within each expense type, we can now define an item. So that way we can bill for that expense. The other thing is back on the invoicing section now. There'll be a new screen called expenses. And this is very different. We've got a waiting review, waiting reimbursement. These are new things that they've added after the one that we already saw, right? So what they used to have is just this page. They added a couple columns, filterable options here. They've added the ability to bulk mark expenses as reviewed or reimbursed. And you can right-click and edit the expense here, right? Oh, they fixed attachments too. Nice. That wasn't always...
It's so close now, isn't it? I'm looking at the release notes. So we're on version 2.204. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 7 or 8 bug or patches post this version. So I wouldn't potentially jump on the expense bandwagon just yet. Maybe wait until Q1 of 26. Next stable to maybe start using them. They've not been viable in the past, but it's nice to see them actually getting closer to that. If you want to track your expenses in Halo, which I'm impartial about, to be honest. It's not that debate today. So moving down, quotes and orders will default to order by ID, descending by default. Why is that? Is that marked as a feature? Because they broke it.
Yeah.
But they broke it.
You can write your complaint up to Halo, and I'm sure they will put it into their suggestion box.
The disdain I had with this was insane. So basically, they brought out, for anyone who doesn't know, in the last stable, they brought out the ability to add custom column profiles. Okay, with that feature, they basically reversed all the sequence of quotes and sales orders. So they sorted by ID. I think it was descending. So all of your, descending. So all of your ascending. They sorted by ascending. So all of your oldest ones shown first. The solution was to make a custom column profile. The problem is once you did a custom column profile, all of the columns are completely unusable. You couldn't read anything. So I lost my slight mind with Halo on this one because it's taken an entire stable version for this to come out. And in my place, that I just ended up filtering it.
You can see here how it's not usable.
And I thought they'd fix this, by now. And the fact you're on beta means they haven't, which is
so what they did. And I don't really want to talk about it, but it's a new feature. But what they did is they allowed you to save your column widths.
Yeah.
Inside of the column profile, which is going to be like epic. It's like a massive change that they've done. So we can actually record the width of the columns here and actually save it somewhere.
You wanted that so long ago. I remember talking about it, but we won't spoil the future. But yeah, so
it's not here. I'm now like confused. Where did it go? Is it only on ticket column profiles? Because I'm about to go like have a fit. Where would it be?
I've not seen it. I don't
see it here.
I thought they were saving it per user in like. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so is it on quotes? And I mean, we're out of order now, but whatever. I'm gonna check. Edit columns, edit. Yep, there we go. So we can set that as part of the column profile. And I wonder if that remembers it. There's no way it's going to though. Refresh. No. So we have to literally. This is a really dumb design. We have to literally commit. So what would we do here? Like 10, 15? Like what is this? Pixels, percent? Like what are we thinking?
You would hope percent for dynamic resolution, or
15 made no difference.
Let's do 1,000. Go extreme.
We are at the point of like experimenting on something that's not real yet. It doesn't work.
Right, let's get back onto 2.204. That's we'll both cry a little bit. Maybe we need to put PX at the end.
Maybe I can't. I can't put percent. I can't put any letters. I can only put numbers. And the other thing is, I just realized it's not actually saving the value. Oh, it is saving the value. Never mind. I'm just blind. I removed it and I didn't realize I removed it. Okay.
Maybe the release notes in the future will tell us what to do.
Maybe when we get to it.
We'll find
it's like Halo's like, no, you can't jump ahead.
You can't jump ahead. It's not.
All right. So yeah, that was the point. The column profile messes up the columns, and then the IDs are broken, and so like they've re-released it as a new feature, right? So default order
Try
by
and not swear, Connor. Try and not swear. Let's just move on. So a setting has been added to purchase order configuration to allow items to be added to approved purchase orders from sales orders.
Oh, that's not good.
This setting is named allowed products to be added to approved purchase orders.
If it's already approved, why are we adding more stuff to it? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm confused.
Approval is done based off the monetary value of the PO, and then once it's approved at that price. Adding new items to it, it's already like approval should freeze the PO. I don't understand.
It's been added to the PO configuration to allow items to be added to approved purchase orders. Yeah, but why would you? It's like adding items to an approved quote. Like you can't.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Okay. It doesn't make any sense. Why would we want that? That's something
because somebody wanted it, so Halo built it, Mendy. That's why.
I guess so. It must have been a big MSP or something.
A setting has been added to configuration calendar and appointments. General named. When creating a new appointment, add the additional agents as attendees. That can be used to add additional agents from the ticket to attendees for new appointments.
That's
enable this.
We want that on.
It's really important. Yep. Thank you for adding the low 999225.
So calendars, appointments, general settings. We just want to go ahead and turn on.
Yep.
Somewhere here.
When creating new appointments is what it says.
When creating, there we go. New appointments, add additional agents as an attendee.
It's not that one.
Is it not?
When add additional. No, that's the if the ticket's on a signed one. Hang on.
No. Are you
general named when
you're not okay, hold on one second.
The additional agents.
You could
there we go.
The note was blocking the one what I had selected.
Ah, sorry.
You were like,
I see
I'm like, it's this one.
What you're on about? Sorry, yeah.
That's
the one.
Sorry. My bad.
I reckon everyone ticks that, by the way.
Yep. It looks like it may be on by default because I didn't turn this on, I don't think. Maybe, but I don't remember. So it could be I did.
I think you could be correct, actually.
It'll be on by default.
I think it is. I mean, it's just super useful. I mean, it's super important. It actually opens up a lot of doors, actually. One of the doors it kind of opens up is you can now do scheduled tickets with additional agents, and you can have it create an appointment on creation. Not super useful, but can be handy. So you can now have multiple people on an appointment based on a scheduled ticket. The downfall with this is you can't see the appointment until the scheduled ticket appears, which often is too late. If you need it, it's there. It's doable. I tried to use it at Sushin once and realized I needed to see into the future, which you can't. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. What else we got? Rich text custom fields will now populate the dollar variables when used on PDF and emails.
We have time?
We got like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do a couple more.
L's waterfall in the background. It sounds like tranquil. We started, by the way, for everyone watching, we started off screen and I was like, how you doing? I was like, I've not done much today. I've been quite peaceful. And then I did the old, how do you pronounce it? Lao Tzu quote. When there is no desire, all things are at peace. So today I've had no desire to do really anything. I'm just quite chill. And now we're talking about Halo release notes. Where did the day go wrong? I'm confused by this one, Mendy. Rich text custom fields will now populate the now populate the dollar variable.
Nested variables, Connor.
Nested variables.
The
Okay,
rich
cool.
text custom field was always a variable that you could utilize in a PDF, but if you referenced another dollar variable inside of that rich text field, it'll now expand within PDF templates and emails.
Do you know the problem with it though?
What's that?
It will show the dollar variable on the field on the ticket still.
On the ticket, it shows the variable, but on the PDF template and email, it'll expand. But
we tried to do this recently.
Another setting that you can do.
Is there? So, educate me, sir.
I actually didn't realize I wasn't sharing that screen, but it's good because I want to share the screen instead. If we go to create a custom field now, it's a rich text field, for example. At the very bottom, we now have this option to populate variables in this field when generating PDFs. That's the setting that it's talking about here.
I don't know. It's an option, actually.
So I think that the thing that happens is that if you don't turn it on, the rich text field will automatically expand that variable on the ticket. If you turn it on, it won't expand on the ticket, and it'll actually like wait, so it stays as a variable on the ticket. So if that value changes later on, it doesn't grab the value at the time the rich text is populated. It grabs the value at the time the email or PDF is created, or something like that. I don't remember exactly how I had to do this in order to make it work for what I was doing. But you know, I'm a fan of nested variables, so I use this a lot.
Yeah. Populate. I'm gonna make this as a note internally. Now I tried this before this release because I've only just said it.
Too. These two together. I forgot about the top one.
Yeah, this may. I mean, actually, we built it a better way in the end, but yeah, curious. Okay, nice. I like that. That's good. That's helpful. Well, we'll end there today on that win. So 9988883. It's annoying you've got to turn it on per custom field. I'm not going to lie, but there we go. It would equally be annoying if you didn't want it to happen and then you needed to turn it on.
Yeah, so you want that level of control, I think.
Yeah. You can't win. We're never happy. That's the reality of it.
It's not like you're creating a bunch of custom fields, hopefully.
I actually know. I also know what you do. So that's like kettle black, isn't it?
A little bit.
I bet we love a custom field over here. Have you run out? Are you on the second custom table yet for custom fields?
No, I reuse custom fields as much as possible, and I utilize. I don't know if you do, but I utilize the custom naming for ticket type. So I create them very generic, and I use the ticket types to override what the label is going to be.
Oh, the labels, yeah. We try and do that as well. Yeah,
because I don't like the more custom fields you have, the more management you have. Like obviously we create a bunch of them, but we try to keep it down as much as possible, right?
It's a problem. We've got some automations to like copy and paste some of the modules we've built right in our sandboxes, and one of the biggest problems we've had is not duplicating custom fields. So like if one of our forms has custom field start date, don't go and automatically make a new custom field with the same name, because it's that management piece, right? It gets really complicated. Which start date am I using and where is it showing and what if they reference? So yeah, we're the same. We try and
Here's a feature for your elegant insights, Connor. Utilize elegant insights to build pull a report of your custom fields, and then when you have a form you have to create, you talk to the chatbot and be like, I need to create these forms. Like, what fields can I use? What should I be building? And essentially, like, use that as a guide to help you build the next step of.
So we'll end on this note then, based on our MCP question earlier. By design,
by the way.
We'll be quick. So by design, Elegant Insights takes no data from anyone's Halo and throws it at AI. We store no custom data. We take no data to throw at AI. There's been a few cases like assets, for instance, at the minute where I'm like, if I could just run a tiny report and get your asset IDs, I could write you any asset report. But it's that blend, right? It's a bit like the MCP thing. Do we trust it? We need to be really intentional with the way we design things, I think, in this day and age, that if you don't know we're sending your data to AI and we're really clear and you opt into that, that's a bit great. So by design right now, we don't do that, but it does limit us. And it's one of those things. It's a question that we'll ponder on and probably pull it out at some point. It opens doors, but do you want your data at AI? And on that note, we will end. Thank you very much, Elle, for looking after us as always. Thank you for inviting me again.
We'll see you guys on the 25th. Thank you, Connor. Thanks.